Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, traders. Let's get into it. Let's see what kind of trouble we could get into today. All right, guys. Just waiting for everyone to get in here. There's our Brett. So we got overnight action is completely short. Overnight action is completely short, and so what we can look for at the open is some short covering. That means buying, right? So I'm gonna watch if we could get into value with that short covering for a long from 3201.25 up to maybe 3208, but let's see, because we are still short and we tried to get below that yesterday's low. You see there in the overnight session the market got a little too short, and we failed to get acceptance below there, right? Failed to get acceptance below. If you're still new to market profile charts, I have the candlesticks on the right. You could kind of see how the market moves with the candles, just to get used to the profile view. But look, we failed to break below yesterday's low, 31.9150. Yeah, we did break it, but look what happened pretty fast. Next 5-10 minutes, we were right back in. So that is some key information going into today. Could just mean, you know, the Globex traders got a little too short and carried away, and they covered, and now we're going to see if we do get some selling. We'll see if this breath opens up, how it opens up. If it opens very negative and red, we're going to look for some more selling. And I would honestly wait for like below 31.9150, yesterday's low, take it down to the overnight low, and then we'll use Tuesday's reference points for short-term targets to the downside. If we get some selling, it would be good to get some selling, right? Not always the worst thing. But look, we are back into this 4-day balance range from June. We tried to break above it yesterday, failed. Now we're back inside. We should go down and test 3179.25 today. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, is that short from the previous day's low down to there, 3179.25. And then below there, we could start trading inside Tuesday's range and use Tuesday's value, 3174. If we accept below there, down to 3142. But let's see what we get. Let's see what we get at the open. How you guys doing this morning? Everybody's good? Good morning. So right now, before the open, we're just kind of chilling at right near this value area low, still inside yesterday's range. So we could expect a little bit of chop at the open, but I'd be expecting some more short covering, and maybe that'll push us into value. We'll see if this selling holds down here. Yeah, I get an email from YouTube because I don't own the copyrights to the video or the music that I play during the live streams. But you only get in trouble when like you're monetizing the videos. I don't monetize these videos, the private live streams. Yeah, it's definitely done with AI. They process all the videos when they get published, I guess, and then they just clap you that way. YouTube. So yeah, what I'm looking for today, like I said before, if you weren't on here, overnight action's 100% short. So that just means that, you know, we held below the close for almost the whole overnight session, right? So that means overnight action was short, and there was a nice trade once we got into value right here. Once we got into value, down to value area low, 3201, that would have worked. You would have not been stopped out either if you had your stop right above value area high. But then they came down and tested the previous day's low. Looked like it was going to break lower, failed, and now we're back inside today's range. So we're going to look and see if they could keep it down here, and we'll get short below yesterday's low, down to 31.87 and then 79 lower targets. So here we go. Market's about to open up. We could expect some short covering at the open, like we saw some right here at 9 o'clock. When shorts need to get out, they got to buy, right? So get some short covering, pushes price higher, and the market searches for another seller. Looks like they found another seller at value area low, but we'll see what kind of order flow we get when the market opens. Here we go. Opening up. Inside range. Below value. See if we get some short cover in here. Breadth is -8. Oof, that's some good selling. Now let's see if we go up to test value area low, see what the reaction is there. This is inventory getting corrected, right? That's why the market's going up. We were short overnight. Market's going to go up a little bit as those shorts get out of their positions. Just let it work itself out. You don't got to jump right in. We'll just wait for this stuff, wait for this to clean itself out, and then we'll go with the direction. So everything is negative, but price is going up. Shorts are covering. Now we'll see where the sellers step in and sell. See what the volume bar chart's talking about. Oh, it's just a nice downward slope all night. Order flow is -4,000 and 4,000. It was negative all night, so let's see. Now we're back under the open. So we found the seller right below value area low, yesterday's value area low. We got the short covering at the open, and they sold into it. So let's see here. What are we gonna do? I want to see if we get back up to the open, take a short there. But we're getting a straight sell-off. But now we're back at the previous day's low. We're already seeing a little bit of a bounce off of that. Pretty much front ran the previous day's low. See if they could break that previous low. We should break it at least, see what kind of reaction we get when we do. See how there's a little bid there, holding it up. That'll break. See how there's a responsive bid? Could be short covering. Covering. See where they catch a seller. There's a bit of selling right there, 94.50. Nice. All right, they broke the previous day's low. No follow through. So we looked outside yesterday's range, right back inside. That is a sign. That's a look below and fail. So when that happens, you could get long, actually. Once we break a previous day's low and quickly pop back in, you try and get long there with your stop right under. Yeah, you might have to scratch if it doesn't work, but that's fine. There's going to be more trades. So I still haven't taken a trade. See, that long seems like it would have worked. I didn't catch it. We want to get long like right when we pop back in. Around 94 would have been a good entry. And you would look for value area low as a target, 3201.25. Where'd the sellers go, huh? So the first target, if we get above 3200 and into value, is going to be 3210, yesterday's midpoint, or as they call it, half back, that little pink B right here. That's just the middle of yesterday's range. If that works, if we get above 3200, preferably 3201. So the sellers have vanished for now. Breath is easing off a bit. It opened up -7. Now we're down to -3. And there's your long target. And some traders will take that short right at value area low, back down to the previous day's low. Should see a little bit of selling, but yeah, see. If we don't get any big sellers that are coming in, we should hold this previous day's low, 3191.50. If not, no sellers, we'll pop into value. Right back to the open. Yeah, market profile scares me too. So again, that could have just been short covering. Remember, we are short overnight, the whole night. So still not too biased on the long. So it does look like we caught a bigger seller. Breath back up to -5, or back down, I should say. That short off a value area low worked down to the previous low. So 2 trades I saw this morning are the long, once we got below previous day's low and right back in, up to value area low, and then you just cover your position and flip short at value area low, since we didn't get continuation inside. And that would have worked here. And now we'll see if we could break this previous day's low, take the bigger short down to 79. That's the trade I'm looking for. Yeah, Russell, new lows. Still bounce back up though. NASDAQ is sitting at the highs. So it's still a little choppy back and forth between the value area low and previous day's low. So I'm gonna wait and see how B period opens up in the next 15 minutes. Just waiting for another trade. So we aren't breaking the previous day's low, right? That just shows me that they might be building a position here. The people with big money, just scooping up all of these sellers down here. So what I did is grab a long at 95, and I'll punch out if we get below 91, if we break that previous day's low and get some continuation down there. And I'll add if we get down there. I'll keep it until we break the previous day's low. So yeah, pretty much getting long with the big guys, since it seems like they're building a position down here. Well, that worked. Value area low is 3201.25. Little resistance here. All right, and I flattened that one out. Seems like we bumped into some resistance at the open. A quick 2 points. See if we could buy it cheaper. Just going back and forth with them before they make their move. We could still break the previous day's low, so I want to just be in and out for now. My target on that one was value area low, 3201, but I punched out right at the open, bumped into a little bit of sellers there. So that trade was just 31.95 to 31.97. So the internals are still increasing. That's on our side for the long. They should drop it below the previous low again to shake out some longs and pop it back up, buy some more down here. But if they bought it all, then they bought it all already. Looks like we're headed back up to value, so we'll see. There you go. There's 3200. There's 3201, and we're back into value. Now we're almost back in. There we go. Now we're back into value. Roku, just got alerts on Roku. Oh, it finally hit that 156 level. Nice, Roku. Roku getting a pump today, huh? Look at that. Nice. Very nice. Next target would be 165 for Roku, maybe 160 first. See if it gets there. I'll put alerts. Yeah, I use this as my pull the trigger chart, my entries, if you will. I don't really like look at candlesticks too much anymore. That's all I used to look at, candlesticks, till I got profile. So now I'm used to just looking at the profile rather than the candlesticks, because you can just see how much noisy these things are compared to the profile. And then the volume bar chart actually I like better with this little VWAP on it. Developing value. So now we are back into value. Odds are we go up to value area high, 32.22. The funds are still buying the dip, it seems. So I want to see them backfill this value area low, 3201.25. See if they could do that for us. So yeah, that long I built this morning would be working nice right now. I punched out at the open. Now I'm just waiting for the next trade. Now that we're back into value, we should hold 3201. Oh shit, yeah, you're right, dude. 3205.50, I'm sorry, oops. Had the wrong value area low. I don't know what I was looking at. Whoops. So yeah, we're actually not in value. Oh my god. Big mistake. But that 3200 level is still a big level. So as long as we hold 3200, we could make it back into value. But I don't know why it was marked up wrong on my charts. It was like down there, 3201. Should be 3205.50. So we could see the people who bought down here, they got out right before value area low. See how it kind of front ran it? Breath is coming back up, -2. See if we got any news today. See where all the volume is at, right? Between 3194, 3198. Seems like that's where they built their position. What gap are you talking about? So I'm still waiting to get long. We got some news at 10. Couple minutes. And remember this 3202.50 level. Key level for upside. 3202.50. Once we get above there, should start trading into yesterday's value. 32.16 and 22. See what kind of news we get here, or any kind of pump on the news. Right back into that big volume area down here. B period opens up. Back above the open. Just kind of hanging around the open. Middle of today's range. Now let's go test that previous low. This is right where the big position's at. See if they continue to buy some more. Remember, this is where I took my first long of the day. Wow, Roku retraced that whole move just now. See if we hold yesterday's range, 3191.50. It's getting juicy here. Let's see. Still holding inside yesterday's range. Let's see. Think we got to go flush that previous low again. I want to get short right here. I picked up one short. I'll pop out if we get above this 97.25 right at the open. Not a very aggressive, responsive bid off of the open. I mean, yesterday's low. So let's see if we could flush it again and make some new lows here. If not, I'll punch out if we get back up to the open. If we break the previous day low, look for 987.50. All right, now we got barely any excess at the low, B period. Again, we just tested outside yesterday's low and we're failing again. So be careful here. Yesterday's low actually held. That's a decent responsive bid, but I'm gonna give it some time. Not the most secure low down there. A little choppy around yesterday's low. Still catching a bit of a bid at yesterday's low. It's going to be a little battle here. Look, we got Tuesday's high and yesterday's low kind of like the same level. So there's going to be some back and forth action going on. But we really don't have much excess in A period, so watch out. If we come back below previous low, we should get a little push down to 90 or 87.50. See where we go from there. See how we keep catching a bid right at yesterday's low? That's what I'm being worried about. Let's see if we break it now, though. Nope. I want to see us a little selling below this previous day's low. We're putting up a fight, but not the most aggressive bids. And there we go. There's the previous low. See if we get any acceptance below it. So far, no. Give it some time. There we go. Pour low. Look for them to repair that and put in some excess at the lows. 87.50 will be a target, but this price action is a little freaky here. But we should be good for some excess. Don't you leave that poor low there. Don't you do it. See, that's a poor low because there's no excess at the lows. Like you see how A period, there's single prints at the highs. There's none of that here in B. So fast traders actually take a long off of that, 90.5 off the poor low, because that just means sellers are trapped for now. Like that's as far as they could get. And you use a very tight stop on those, but I don't really like taking those. They work for a couple points, maybe a few ticks, but let's see if this holds all day. That would be very nasty. And they're already back into yesterday's range. Where'd the sellers go? Wow. Well, back to the open. Who the hell? 1 sec. What? I don't know. No idea. So we put in 1 tick below that previous low, but it didn't really work. That's short. I'm not in the short anymore. So back to the open, failed to hold the open. So they're just gonna leave that poor low there all day. I don't see any gap at 31.85. We filled the gap yesterday. Once we came into yesterday or the day before. Came into that high 31.92. That was the gap fill. I don't look at the close if that's what you're looking at, 31.85. I look at the highs and the lows for gaps, not the close. So at some point they should go repair that poor low, 31.90.50. If not, then that is just crazy, but what are we gonna do about it? Looking like a nice inside day. Who the hell keeps buzzing? What? Please send me a sword. Now we're back above the open.
There's about to be like a shit ton of stuff right over here and a delivery person coming in.
What?
There's about to be a shit ton of stuff coming in and a delivery person. So I don't know if you want to be.
I don't care.
I'm just saying that because you're in your underpants.
I don't care.
Okay. Jason.
That's his problem. So this still could just be short covering, but usually doesn't last this long, and we're still hanging below the open. So this is a shit ton of volume here. You see there's 22,000, 27,000, 22,000 right here at 31.96. That's a clue saying that they could still be building a position while these knuckleheads are just going to leave a poor low there. Yo, I'm here, don't worry. Every 5 minutes, bro. So this thing's pretty much gone nowhere so far. Took one trade long, that one worked. Took one trade short, that one didn't work. Scratched that one out at the open. So the most important thing to note so far is this poor low. We looked below, failed once, right there at the open, kind of right at 9:35. Looked below, failed, came back in yesterday's range. Then we just did again. We looked below, failed, came back inside yesterday's range, left a poor low. Usually those get taken out, but it doesn't have to get taken out right away. But yeah, that's where we're standing right now. So yeah, so far that low is holding 31.90.25 or 31.91.50, right? 25.50, one of those. But that's telling us that the sellers just dry up once we get below yesterday's low. 31.91.50. Oh my god! Fucking bell, I'm gonna break it.
You know all those memes about UPS throwing the packages? I just watched him throw a package.
Still right around 3,200. Remember that level from before? Pretty big level, 3,200. Back above 3,200. So we're still hanging below that 3202 though. Remember, Tuesday was that big price spike that we had, and it seems like we're still holding above there. Remember Tuesday? End of the day, spikeage into 31.90s. Then the next day we had the gap up to 32.20. People are still willing to pay higher prices, so that big spike from Tuesday is holding. Until, of course, it doesn't. We'll see. We got a million fucking boxes in this house now. It's like the Louis Vuitton showroom in here. Let's go fix the poor low, alright? Let's do it. Go for it. Break it. So what you can do if you're expecting this thing, if you're expecting this thing to break this poor low and you don't want to be chopped out or anything, you can just grab a SPY put, hold it, put in what you're willing to risk, and do that, go that route. Or you could trade the futures and you might get chopped out a couple times and have to re-enter. And use a little bit wider stop since it's choppy. So yeah, if you're just on candlesticks right now, most candlestick traders will be like, oh, this is choppy, da, da, da. If you're not looking at profile, looking at the volume being printed here, you could see that they're kind of just taking people's lunch money, breaking it below yesterday's low, and then popping it right back above with a lot of volume. So that's showing me that they're conducting business here. They're buying a lot. Every time you think it's ready to pop lower, they just jam it right back up. Buy it all on their value, would you? Here comes C period. Point of control moved a little higher at 3,200. Now we're above 3,200 at point of control. Now watch and see if they run these A stops, 3204.25. That poor low is just ugly looking. I don't remember the last time we had a poor low A and B period that held all day. They should run these B stops and then those A stops and bump into some resistance at value area low. If we hold the open, we should go run them. Spice a little weird, nice. Virgin Galactic. SPCE spikes. Opened up around 19, now it's about $20.50. So what I'm waiting for right now is acceptance back into value, 3205.50, up to value area high. See, now we're going to run those B stops. Alright, now we got a poor high and a poor low. We're running the stops, it seems. They got it boxed in right here. No excess at the highs, no excess at the lows. Usually in this market, these poor highs and lows get taken out pretty quickly, but we're just not seeing that today. It's like they have it boxed in. We got a double top and a double bottom on the same profile. Pretty nasty, huh? Pretty nasty, eh? I want to see them run the A stops and try a push into value. Double up. Roku faded that whole move. Apple back down to 386. Netflix faded a little bit, sitting at lows. Tesla caught a little seller this morning, and then now it's just chopping around, kind of in the middle of today's range on Tesla. So far, not much of anything. But we got a shit ton of volume, is all I know. So not only are they scooping up everything here, big money flowing in, they're trapping some shorts. With this double top, short sellers will go for that right away. And they'll hold it because they think this market's going to collapse down 3,100 or some shit today. So they're trapping shorts and they're building longs at the same time. So they should get, oh, there it is, a little pop. There you go. There you go. Now that's a little stop run action. See if we hold value now. We hold value 3205.50. Now we got good excess at the highs though. So there's your little stop run. Now that they cleaned up the double top, we'll see if they could bring it back down. So far rejecting value area low. No acceptance inside just yet. This is very similar to yesterday. Look at yesterday's profile and right now. A period dropped down. B period made the same low pretty much. And then C period took out the sellers and then dropped it back down. If we get the same pattern again, that would be nuts. But also great at the same time. Give it a few more minutes, see where they take this thing. But that was the stop run. Boeing looks like it could take a little dip here below 180, 181. So now we dipped into value area low and seems like we're rejecting out. Now the confirmation is going to be when the next period opens up. D period, we'll see if it opens up below value and below these C highs. So at 11 o'clock, if we open up below 32.0550, then I might look for a short back down to, you know, go repair this poor low. Now you can see what this looks like on a 5-minute candlestick chart. Looks like a whole bunch of chop, but we understand what's going on in the market using the profile and these references. Nasdaq breadth positive. Breadth is this right here, negative 1.4 to 1. That means there's kind of balance, but a little bit more sellers than buyers in this market. Pretty balanced on the Nasdaq. This is like the gas tank, just gauges how strong or weak buyers or sellers are. Oh yeah, Netflix has earnings later, so might look for some kind of spread play on Netflix before the close. Let's see. Put on a spread. Put on a little spread. Do that right before the close though, if I do. Netflix. So I'd be looking at one of those iron condor type of deals. So this thing, I would want it to stay in a range and not have any crazy earnings moves. But we are rejecting value still. Give it some more time and see. I really want to short this thing, but the slow price action kind of grind higher just has me not wanting to do that. You don't really want to get short with this slow grind price action moving higher type of thing, because they're still just buying it up.
Hi, Murray.
You don't like those even for an earnings play? So if you're a little more aggressive, I would be shorting value area low. But you would want your stop right inside value, 3207. Yeah, no crazy earnings moves. No such thing. But yeah, earnings go either way, dude, so I don't know. I don't know. We had a little run up, what, the last, when was that? Last week it ran up. Now it's kind of selling off, so. And it's just been flat all week, right? Pretty much, besides Monday, sell off. Fuck it, YOLO some calls. I'll flip a coin at the end of the day and see if I'm gonna buy puts or calls. How about that? You like that plan? Let the coin do the work. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do before earnings. So D period's about to open up. And we are still below value. So let's see where they could take this D period. I'm leaning short since we can't get back into value. Spent a lot of time trying, couldn't do it. But I'd be cautious with the shorts if we hold the open. Boeing actually bleeding, Roku following up. Right back to the middle of the range. See, we're holding the open now. Back to where that position is at. So what I'm looking at is this excess in C period. That tells me the auction higher is completed. And now it looks like we're going to open up D period below value. We just tagged the open and bounced off. That's a little technical, little weak low right there. So I'd be looking to see when D period opens up, if they jam it down and go for that poor low. Take that out. Just keep that level on watch, 31.97 1/4. Because if we get a big seller, they'll take it down maybe to 95, and then we'll try and test that previous low. See, there it goes. Should crack. Now that is even more technical, that low. See how it's the same thing? Odds are good it breaks. There you go. See, they broke it, they corrected some of that inventory. See if they keep going and jam it down to that poor low. See, we're catching bids still in here. See how far they could take it. Yeah, see if we could test that poor low. So that short from value area low would have worked. First target would be this 31.90. If they could get it down to that previous low, they should jam it down a little bit, down to the overnight low. Shake things up, right? But yeah, so far, small green day. Got some trades on ES and then took a loss on the SPYs that I bought. Those probably would have worked right now, honestly. They were SPY puts. Or they would have been at break even now, but I closed them out on the way up into value area low. How do you see poor lows and highs on the profile? By looking at the profile, and you see if there's no excess. Like A and B, that's a poor low because there's no excess. You see at C period, there's single prints at the highs. That is excess. That's what you want. Not what you want. That just means the auction is completed to the upside. For now, we don't know how long it's gonna last. But what's more important is this poor low. No excess means that there's more likely to get a continuation in that area or in that direction because the auction was not complete. The markets are just an auction. So we could use that as a target for shorts when, you know, we gotta look for the takeout of that poor low, to repair the poor low. And they're trying. Boeing flushing, that was a nice one off of that 181.78 level. Yeah, these poor lows usually don't last too long. Like we had a poor high up there, A and C period, that lasted about 10 minutes. And then they ran the stops. But they could very well leave that all day, so I'd just be careful. They still got this market boxed in down here. Boxed in. And we're back down into that big area of volume that we were looking at, that we've been looking at all day. And they just keep sucking in orders here. Buying and buying and buying. Even though breadth is negative, we're really not seeing that much selling. Or size selling, rather. All right. Yeah, it's the kangaroo market today, but give it some time. They should crack those lows. I'm not in a trade right now. Time to do some push-ups. I'll be back. Be back in a jiffy. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yo, I'm back. Whew. Whoops. Still not able to crack that low, huh? Look at that. Look at that. All right, what are they gonna do next? We're kind of testing the waters down here, so I'm sure at some point they're gonna just jam it down there. Spending a lot of time down here, so those longs are gonna get bored, puke their positions, try and buy it cheaper. Unless we catch a big seller, I mean, they're still gonna keep buying it along the way down. But this is the life of sellers. You just drive yourself crazy waiting for price to go down. Short sellers, man, they're crazy. I'd say at this point the odds are pretty high that we go take that out. Unless we get back above D period 3200. But I'm cash right now, sitting on cash, just waiting. How long do they keep the pour low? That is the question. So yeah, today's one of those slower days where if you got some profits in the morning, just bounce before you go giving it back, or come back later in the afternoon and see if there's any plays. But right now I'm not seeing nothing. Not seeing nothing. One of those boring, slow days. They're gonna happen. Not every day's gonna be a home run day, so just know that. JPM. Wow. I had a level 98.40 held this morning, target 191. And that just got hit there. Above this 191, looks like it's building up here for a move up to 103. BYND getting another pop, yep. Yeah, JPM looks cool. I think I have JPM calls, but they're way out the money. And they expire tomorrow. Oh, great, great. Getting clapped on those. Those are down 96%, so I doubt those will do anything. We got those expiring tomorrow, so clappage. Bought them at 32 cents. They're down to nothing, pretty much. But yeah, these are the way out of the money. The way out of the money trades are on my small Robinhood account that I'm trying to build. Was at, I started with 1,000. It's up to 2 grand right now. Yesterday it was like 2,200. Now it's kind of back down to 1954 and 47 cents. I actually have Twitter $15 puts. Those were at almost max loss yesterday. And now today's return is 600% on those. They went from a penny to 7 cents. See? They're worth about $14 right now. Because of the Twitter hack yesterday. People getting hacked. Yeah, the out of the monies hit different until they don't. These are the ones I got, and they're all getting clapped for now. 3 of them expiring. These were actually up, the zooms. I like having fun with this account. Pepsis, I bought those yesterday, or one of those yesterday. These should be alright. PFE, if we get some vaccine news, these have until January, so if we get some Pfizer vaccine news, these things will start paying. Stock's never been above 40, so I don't know how that's gonna go. They're gonna need a 100% heal rate on their fucking vaccine. But yeah, we up 10% on these. Let's go. Yeah, I don't go heavy on those out of the monies. It's like $100 here and there. Could go a long way though. Like, I bought those Tesla 1500 calls for like 100 something bucks. They went up to like 10 grand. See, look at this kangaroo action. Not much to do when the market's like a kangaroo. still hanging below value and still have a little bit of a poor low action down there. So honestly, I would stay short until we break value area low 3205.50. But it's just very mechanical kind of day, slow action, market waiting for some news or something. But yeah, very choppy. Very choppy. Kind of fighting out last week's high. 31.98 is last week's high. And they're just duking it out here. Let them duke it out with their big money. We don't gotta waste ours. Let them figure it out. Wait for the directional move. Because right now that's just, you could see it's just chopping in between value area low and yesterday's low, 31.91.50 and 32.05.50. So we don't gotta spend our coins getting chopped around. We could wait for them to make a big move either through yesterday's low or back into value. But the odds are likely we go lower just because we have this little piece of information down here, this poor low. So at some point today, we could expect a little bit of a drop. And if we do, we would have lower targets right here, 31.83.25. Of course, first that overnight low, 31.87.50. And then if we start breaking those down to 31.74, I'm just using Tuesday's levels as references. Because remember, Tuesday we had that spike up. Price is actually holding up pretty nice up here, so we will see. We'll see. Just saw on Twitter, SPY buyer. Wow. Somebody just spent 10 million on 305 November puts. Oh shit. It's getting crazy. What are 305 puts going for in November? $15 bones, 1,500 a pop, and he bought how many, or he or she, whatever it is, $9.9 million premium. Yeah, I mean, we're still moving lower from that C period excess at the highs, right? C period ran those A period stops, so people who were shorting at the open or near the open, they got their stops triggered, and we rejected out of value, and we still have a poor low on the day, so odds are pretty likely we move lower. Just got to be careful of this area right here, 96, like 94 to like 96. There's some heavy buying going on down there. Yeah, November election. Yep. They're pricing in some crazy shit. Yeah, those 305, yep. That's November 20th. Those are the ones I'm talking about. You won't buy one of those 305s. You won't do it. I'm trying to get my guy out of office. Ain't happening. Ooh. It's getting political. I was just about to say. So let's just buy the 405 calls. Fuck it. Let's just do it. That's crazy. 405 calls are 30 cents, bro. That's a good play for the long term. 405 calls November. God, if we're at 4,000 by November, that'll be sick. $0.31 on the ask. Oh, we're gonna be there in like November. Thing's gonna be at 5,000. Those are gonna be worth fucking 10 million. All in. Bet the house. Fuck it. I won't buy one. I already did. You're too late, bro. Might as well get the 420 calls at that point. They're only a penny. Oh wait, no, oops. I'm on the wrong expiration. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. November 20th. $0.17. Yeah, well, at this rate, they're in a rush to put it up to freaking 4,000. They're nuts. These guys are nuts. Yeah, look at the trading room chat. If you're looking at just 5-minute candles, you're just tilted right now. Tilt McGilt. Any questions, let me know in the YouTube chat or in the Discord. Might as well do something while we wait. If you guys need my chart book too, send me a message. If you want this chart book, Sierra template. Why all the Louis V?
Who said that?
Someone in the chat. Because I have a Louis V employees thing in my house.
Staying in your house on your roommate? I've been crashing here.
Nasdaq catching a bid? Oh yeah, let's see. A little bit, a little bit. Fashion.
What?
We need Kanye to drop this presidency thing and
He did.
go back to working on Gap.
He did.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, he announced it yesterday.
Boom. There we go. Gap must have smacked him around. Because I got Gap 40 calls for January 15th, 2021. So he better start selling Yeezys out of Gap. Oh, they're saying he wrote a fake article. Or that reporter wrote a false article. Kanye's not out yet. He's still in the game. Spice is still printing, huh? $22, up $2 from the last time I checked. Spice. Tesla's got a little wedge going on. And there we can look at some stonks while we wait. This is what he's talking about. Spice. Virgin Galactic. Nothing but up, up, and up. Up, up, and away. Into the moon. Into space. Then we got Tesla on the other hand. Just slowly selling off. Caught a little seller pre-market. Buy Tesla at 200. I didn't. That was the first thing I ever bought was Tesla at $90. I was in high school. I didn't know what the hell Tesla was gonna go to $1,000. Yeah, right. I was out at 120. Thought I was a genius. Hasn't been back to 90 since. The masses are asses. Confirmed. I only drove the Model 3, and that thing was like a freaking roller coaster. I felt like I could just go 1,000 miles an hour and nothing would happen. That's a nice one you got. White with the black. Yeah, that's the one I drove, but the rims were like the moon looking rims.
It had white interior.
I know, I'm talking about the rims.
Oh.
It had those spaceship rims on it. Yeah, that thing is fast. Skirt, skirt.
You want swishy trousers?
Stormtrooper.
Chad!
What?
Never mind.
Last option is on. Nice. $300. 20% for John. Nice. Now I'm comfortable on Thinkorswim. Good stuff. Love that. Love that, love that, love that. Power coated with the blue. Oh. Dang. Yeah, you got a nice one. I like that car a lot. I like it.
I like it.
Oh, look at this. We got some weak lows going on. They should. This is just so ugly, choppy. But at some point, if you're patient enough to short from value area low to down here, I'd still be holding that for the move to new lows. The sit stand desk is good. I honestly don't. I used to stand with it a lot more, but I haven't in a while. But it's good. You just, if you have multiple monitors like I do, it's kind of like shaky, like the monitors shake around and shit. Not too cool, but it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, that was my last trade, the more aggressive kind of short trade at value area low. But I punched out a while ago. Entry was 3202.25 down to 3196. Yeah, I just looked at that, Danny Ramirez. Yeah, he's talking about the same shit I'm talking about. Looks like he knows what he's talking about. Profile is key, man. Keeps you in the game. There we go. Let's try it out. Took out the D lows. Should get a little continuation lower. Yeah, let's clean this up, right? Let's clean this up. Let's clean it up, would we? Getting a little rowdy, right? Let's just clean it up. Let the sellers out with some dignity, and then take it back up. Wouldn't mind, right? Let's take out the poor low. Sellers down here are trapped, right? So they got short at a bad spot. And then they're recovering along the way up, and up. And then C period put in some excess, and that told us that the auction higher was completed for now. Again, we don't know how long that's going to last, but for now, the move up was done. We actually had another reference point there at value area low, where the sellers actually sold some more. And now we're trying to take out that poor low and let these sellers out. Who's got an iPad? That guy? Yeah, I don't trade much forex anymore. It's mostly options and futures. Facts. Yeah, I started to too. Too many trolls. I don't want to be in that category. More flexibility with options and the futes. Come on, let's go. Take it out, would ya? Break it the low, break it the low. Let's go. See how that stopped right at yesterday's low? That's kind of technical right there. Very mechanical algorithm-like trading going on here. Yeah, we got a little sniff below. Yes, nah, we didn't even sniff below yesterday's low. We couldn't even make it down there, bro. They try to get a sniff, no whiffs. No whiffs allowed today. Oh God. Yep. Weak seller shit. Yeah, go to lunch. Come on, help us out. Go to lunch. And, yeah. We need you to go to lunch. Yeah, range day, no kidding. Ugly. So F period opened up under E, not able to take out those highs. We should get that test. Let's see if they'll give it to us. Let's see if they'll give it to us. We're still in that area, 94 to like 96, that big area of volume where they just keep buying it up. Look, there's 50,000 contracts at 95. 50,000 at 96, 45,000 at 95, 94-ish. See, this is why you don't want to get short down here. Not the best short spot. Short spot should be up here, 3205.50. we're at the same highs as E period, 31.9975. That is a mechanical high or technical high. Notice how it's at the same exact point. Not the strongest of sellers there. Selling at those exact reference points. Yep, and that was just from value area low. Once we put in that excess, the short was, I waited for D period to confirm the move. I gave up some real estate and didn't just short value area low. Waited for the next period to open up below value. We got it. So I got into the short there, 32.02 something, down to 31.96. Yeah, right. As bad as they want to take it up, just clean the poor low first. Don't leave a poor low. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Hey, hey, ho, ho. I didn't go nowhere. What book is that? Gambler. The Gambler. Oh, we got a big red. Big red, big red. There we go. Let's go fill it in. Take it downtown. Or just buy it back up. They're duking it out here. Let's see if they can break it. Notice how we're getting a little absorption now. Look at the delta. So we got lows on price action here. Now we got new lows on the delta, some stronger selling, but we're not seeing new lows on the price action. So that's telling me that these sellers are still getting absorbed by the buying, or we just need to give it some time and price action will follow up. But for now, it's still looking like some absorption going on. Delta, cumulative delta bars at the bottom is what you see. That's the order flow. Yeah, here's the settings on that. Cumulative delta bars, that's what you need if you want to put them at the bottom. pretty much you look at the slope on here. Look at the slope. What that means is just look at how this is like straight down right here, and it's matching up with the price action. That means there's a little bit of heavy selling going on. It's like when we were buying over here, the slope wasn't as steep, right? It was just like slowly going up. Right here, our slope is like straight down. So now we dipped below yesterday's low again. See if we get some follow through to take out the poor low. Right back into yesterday's range. Oh boy. We're playing jokes today. This is funny.
Today's low down here, you can see the market's really going nowhere. The market just confirming that our reservation. Watching the micro ES this morning.
Put the boom, put the boom, 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 put the boom, put the boom, boom, boom. "33 Florida labs were just busted, cooking the books, reporting 98% positive rates rather than 9.8%. I think that was news from yesterday, though. I saw that yesterday. Cooking the books. Nothing like a little cook in the book action. But yeah, I'm not in a trade still, not in a trade. This market could just bounce up and down all it wants. We like to wait for the clear trades, and it doesn't seem like we're getting it. It's 12:30, still nothing. So some news, watch for some news to come out and potentially move this market. Otherwise, we're kind of just stuck at this point right here. There's just like no conviction. People are getting out of their longs. People are buying those people that are getting out. So like we're just stuck here for now with the poor low. At some point they'll flush them out. Yeah, just missed the decimal, no biggie. 98%, 9.8, not a big deal. Nothing to see here. Just a little mishap. Your toss isn't showing a poor low. Well, I'm using 3 ticks, so you probably have one little tick down there. There's like 1 tick of excess. That's not really meaningful. I use 3 ticks. Yeah, I don't know, that's weird. The blue, is that today? The blue, and the pink is like the overnight, or what? Looks like the blue is today on your charts. Like regular trading hours is the blue, I'm guessing. Because yeah, there's 1 tick. Yeah, I see there's 1 tick down there on yours. So anything under 3 ticks is a poor low. Yeah, you're not blind. We just have different settings. But yeah, 3 ticks or less is a poor. So like that's why I just use on my profile charts. My profile charts, I have 3 ticks, right? Increments in 3 ticks. It's just cleaner. Nice.
These are the ones I'm always saying I'm gonna buy you.
Don't give me that look.
What? Alright, so here comes G period. Usually we get a little correction. G period, H periods. We'll see if we get that. And I don't know which side would need to be corrected here. We have poor lows and we have these kind of weak lows right here. So yeah, just letting them figure this out. We did just peak below the previous low again, 1 tick below there, and right back up. Still stuck in that 94 to 96 area where there's a ton of volume. Yeah, I use 3 ticks. Actually no, I just use it for S&P and like crude oil. If there's something with a lot bigger price, like NASDAQ, you gotta use like a 10 tick. And like Tesla, I'll use a 10 tick. Amazon, 10. Just because they're a lot more expensive and your charts kind of get all whacked out if it's just 3. Like you won't be able to see the whole day unless you're scrolling around. So G period opened up inside of yesterday's range. So we're still stuck in yesterday's range. Maybe we retest this 3200 level again. But yeah, the poor low could very well stay there all day. Yeah, and NQ goes off the screen. You gotta change it to like 10 ticks. So yeah, you could be fading these lows. That's another thing traders might be doing here. Just fading the lows, getting long down every time we try and break this previous low. Just get long and scalp a couple points here and there until we break that previous low. And that seems to be working out. Do 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 do. Let's see what happens when I break down this bid and ask. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Aha, there it is. Display volume in bars. Bid times ask volume. Looks a little crazy, right? So pretty balanced. Pretty balanced. You see all the orders on the bid over here and all the orders on the ask on the right. So yeah, looks like we might get another test of 3,200. See if we hold above there or if it rejects. But yeah, not much action here today, so I'll be in the chat this afternoon. Gonna hop out of here. There's just no action going on, so I'm not gonna force any trades or yeah, do anything crazy. Let's look at some stocks. Everything's kind of just stuck in its range again, besides this spice. Nothing but up today. Looking like it's slowing down a bit. Roku retesting 151.40s. Nice balance last couple days. See if we get any afternoon action there. Tesla's climbing its way back up to 1530s. Somewhere up there. Netflix, we got earnings. Might put on a play before the close today. We got earnings after the bell for Netflix, so I'll let you know if I do anything with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So far we have a little range day on the ES. Recap what went on today. Overnight action was completely short. We got some short covering at the open, right? Short covering at the open, and then kind of just faded that back down. We peeped below yesterday's low a few times now, and we left a poor low. That just means that the auction lower is not complete. So the odds are likely that it doesn't have to happen, but the odds are likely that we move lower today at some point. But they're just making it hard for us, chopping everyone in and out. And then yeah, so pretty much we peeped below yesterday's low, 31.9150, but we couldn't get acceptance outside of it. So that just means, you know, either sit on your hands or get long with a stop below 31.90. You just want to have a tight stop in case it comes back down pretty hard at some point. But yeah, still inside yesterday's range. We looked for that target at value area low, 32.0550. It got hit. and then we put in some excess at the highs. So you see how A and B, there's nothing down there. Like there's no, if you see C period, there's excess, there's single prints at the highs. We don't have that down here. So that's why I'm kind of short biased at the moment, or for today, because we did complete the auction higher up here for now, short term, and we also rejected out of value. So we caught a little seller right here at 3205.50. We'll see if we come up and test that area again, see what kind of reaction we get. If they want to correct some of this short inventory from today, people who are getting short at C period, see if they want to come up and shake them out before taking it lower. That might be a scenario. Or if we, continue and start testing this C period excess, hold up. If we start testing that C period's excess, look to see if we get any acceptance up there above 3205.50. Take out the high of the day and then make the move up to value area high. That is the other scenario. We're going to need some breadth to do that. If this turns green, that could happen. But I'm favoring the downside for the rest of the day just because we have this poor low. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If we do break that poor low, look for 3187.50 and then 3183. And then 3174 if we could get down that low. But yeah, it's pretty much gone nowhere, just chopping inside. But there's still some references we could use going forward for today. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Watch those two levels, 3205.50 and 3191.50. If we do break this with some momentum, look for a short down there, 3191.50. Give it a little room though. Once we break 3190.50, I would take it down to 87 and then those lower targets I mentioned. But be very careful with that short. Let's say, we come down a bit and we start trading. If we even get to the overnight low, if we don't even get to the overnight low, and we quickly pop back above 91.50, you're going to want to take that long. That means they shook out, they took out the seller, they let him out, and now they would take it back up. Take it back up, and your target would be value area high there. So what I just said, if we come down and break these lows of the day, 3190, look to see if we get continuation. If we don't get any continuation and we bounce back into range, you're going to want to take a long, like at 3192 up to 3205. So keep those scenarios in mind for the rest of the day. I'll be in the chat if you need me. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's boring session. And I hope you kept your chips intact and survived another day in these crazy markets. But yeah, today was one of those kangaroo days where you just gotta sit on your hands or be careful with your trades. Don't give them too much room. But yeah, that's it for me today. I'm gonna hop out of here. Like I said, if you need me, I'll be in the chat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.